Hello everyone, I'm here with Karen from SEAMS. Now this might be a face that you recognise, and actually very, very grateful to this lady because you are the woman responsible for my hands not being in shreds. So hello, welcome. Hi. So good to have you.
It's lovely to be here with you.
Karen, we've known each other for a little while now, and I was very, very keen to get you in to talk about this incredible cream and oil combination that you've brought to the market. Can we talk about the story behind it? How did you get to this point? Where did it all start?
With the hand cream, I was at the London College of Fashion doing a millinery course. It was just a 2-week course. My hands got cut, burnt, sore, dry. They were just dry and sore. You actually can't bear to touch anything.
No.
So I sat there, I said, come on, to the teacher, what do you use on your hand? She goes, well, actually, we haven't found anything that does what they needed it, because I was sewing.
Yep.
And then I went home.
Yep.
I've registered the name.
Mm-hmm.
And I set about starting it up. And that was the 12th of April. I'll never forget that day.
I love the can-do attitude. I really love it. Style, and generally the horses will trash the electric fencing, and I have to put the fencing up every day. You know, there are so many demands. I've got small children, so there's antiseptic, you know, wash and all that kind of stuff. All the stuff that just pulls from your hands, let alone when I then either...
Your sense of touch never stops.
No.
I mean, you can stop listening, you know, you can, but your sense of touch never stops, and whatever you're touching. The only times your hands really stop moving is when you're sleeping, but then they're on the sheets, and the sheets is taking the moisture out.
So there's always something taking what it wants.
From your hands, and it's the thing people forget about. We put moisturiser on our faces, on our bodies, and the hands just get forgotten.
My husband's Auntie Joan was a hand model, quite the character. And I always kind of thought, you know, I'd love to be a hand model, but the years have taken their toll. And they always say, don't they, that don't look at the face, look at the hands, because the hands will tell you the age.
You're losing collagen and elastin in your hands, in your skin,
right,
every year.
It all starts to go south.
And it starts to go south. This will slow down. I mean, I've been using it for the last 5 years. It completely slows down. You need it, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
There is time. There's time. Now, I've been using, let me show you this. I have been using, for quite some time now, this, which is, no, the wrong way, there we go, which is the hand cream, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, the Couturiers hand cream.
I'm glad you said that, because I get my sight. So I keep one in my dressing room at Hochanda before I go on air.
Yeah.
I keep one at home here, and I keep one in the car. And when I run out, whew.
You've got a little tip. When you do think it's run out, it hasn't. There's a surprise. Cut the top of the tube.
Oh yes, no, I get my finger in.
Scoop it in.
Every drop out of this. But let's face it, this winter has been...
It's been particularly bad.
It's been dreadful. I've got 18 horses and donkeys out. And this year has been so wet and just so hideous. The mud takes moisture like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why people put face packs on with mud, because it's never done anything for my skin. I should have the best skin in the business, but I don't. So I needed some extra help. So when you said...
Because my nails has always been weak.
Right.
And actually I couldn't find an oil that worked. But not only that, I taught myself to crochet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that hurts.
And it hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah. And also, if your cuticles, your nails get weak, and your nail gets weak, and it's just like a cycle. So this has been designed that it it's for dry skin everywhere as well. If you've got a little patch of dry skin, you know how sometimes you just get like a
just a bit. Just a bit.
And people say to me sometimes, "What's this? I'm worried." I said, "No, don't worry. It's just a little bit of dry skin where something's rubbed. Then you can use it on that as well."
So these hands today have, well, we're nearly lunchtime, aren't we? So they have packed up a lot of orders. So they've done all of that, and I have not put any. Oh, and they've done the washing up as well.
Not much then.
No. Moment, and you can see. Oh, there you go. It's a bit dry. it's not looking great.
I can see the knuckles.
It's in between.
Oh, in between as well.
And there,
yeah.
and you can see. I'll move that
That's why you must be holding.
My nails, absolutely. It's been half term, and I cut them right way down because I wasn't going to be at Hochanda, so I knew that I had a week. It's when you flick through paper packs and things like that. So I needed to just give my hands a rest. So look how much my nails have grown.
It's lovely when you leave your nail varnish off, isn't it?
Yeah. You now, the difference. So we've all seen the state of my hands. I feel a bit embarrassed actually showing everyone, but hey, let's start off with nails.
Dip it in, do a little squeeze, and instead of squeezing onto your
fantastic nail technician, and also teaches.
Yep.
She's an ambassador for a big nail company. She always tells me that I should be putting oil on my fingernails every.
I'm so pleased.
And actually, for the first time, my nails feel great.
Can you feel if you hold your nail like here,
Getting
and
the
look how much
tiniest
comes
bit.
out? Because this has been designed to sink in. Everything I'm going to do is non-greasy, and it sinks straight in. You put it on and quickly rub it in.
Yeah, the drops. Now you've been using everything. I'd run out of the hand cream, so my hands were in a death. A little went a long way, but it was more than you'd said I would probably need because they were. So let me show you this, and how quickly that's gone in.
Yeah. And
It's good,
the
isn't it?
nails look lovely and smooth.
That has been the overwhelming thing, is my fingers used to catch on fabric because I've been cutting my own kits. So used to catch on them and just pull on everything, and it would hurt. And especially on this finger, it split down so that they were bleeding.
Really painful.
The touch screen on my phone was agony. Like you wouldn't think that you would get to that stage, would you? So that's already gone in.
And the other thing you can do is just put 1 drop, 2 drop, and then just rub the whole lot if you really want to give it a. And it's full of fatty acids.
Oh, good fatty.
You wouldn't drink water and not eat.
No.
It's the same as that. There's moisturising and hydrating oils in, and there's also you're nourishing the skin as well.
Let's look again. Let's look again. Now, it's gone. So it's starting, my hands are already starting to take in that moisture.
And look how they look silky smooth. It's silk.
Yeah.
Feels lovely and soft.
It does. And look, you see that was white, wasn't it, where it was so dry before? Gone.
And in fact, I had, talking about white, I always wear nail polish on my toes.
Right.
And I've been wearing it for months and months and months, and my manicurist said, "Karen, you've got to take it off."
It stained yellow.
And I took it off, and I got a shock because I looked at it through my glasses, and my toenails were white dry.
Oh, they were white dry.
And I thought, okay, and I used the oil.
12th of April, you go home, you register SEAMS. Light bulb moment. That would be where my journey would end. Because I wouldn't know. Like, how?
Well, I had been in the fashion, so I knew about manufacturing.
Right,
be it
okay.
clothes.
Yeah.
But I went to my local chemist, and I said to him,
well, like the high street chemist.
my high street chemist, you know, you've got the local chemist where you go and if you've got little medical problems or
and there's the pharmacist there. Yeah.
And I spoke to the pharmacist and I said, what do I do? I want to develop a cream for this. And they looked at me like I was, okay, Karen.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, okay.
She's in again.
And they said, you need to find a contract manufacturer. And I said, well, what's a contract manufacturer?
Yeah.
And it's actually the factories have their own pharmacists that work with them, and
right.
and you contract them to make your formula.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I phoned around, and they sent me to this lovely woman. One man said, "Well, we know somebody who's independent, and she'd worked for a lot of brands, and and I went to see her, and she was fantastic."
And is she the one you then stuck with?
She's the one I stuck with, and the factory. I actually went up and down the UK because I knew I wanted to keep everything UK based.
Right.
So you can walk in, I can talk, you can build relationships, and our manufacturing industry here in the UK is amazing, and people, a lot of people don't realise what we've got here.
Well, I think at the moment, a lot of people are realising, especially with the situation in China, and they can't get their things. Yeah. They can't get their stuff. Like, whoa, hang on a minute. Know that it's okay. The chain of supply is here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So, and everything I found UK manufacturers. Anyway, so I chose my factory.
Right.
And I started, I found all the packaging, I got the packaging designed.
Which is great, and it's really lovely.
I then had to get it out there.
So how much toing and froing with your chemist did you do? I mean, how do you go about saying which ingredients you want?
I knew I wanted shea butter in it, and I knew I wanted macadamia nut oil.
Oh, okay, so it does contain nut oil. So if you have a nut allergy, just a note, it might not be suitable.
It might not be suitable. It's got the kernels from the nuts, so lots of people are okay with that, but it has got the nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
So where was I? Oh yes, I wanted
shea butter and macadamia.
Shea butter and macadamia, and I said to her, "This is what I want it to do. Bang, 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 bang. I want it to moisturise. I want it to help mend. I want it to hydrate. I want it to soften. I want it to smooth. I want it to help take away the age spots." She took a deep breath, and then I said that I wanted it to smell like a baby powder, so men and women could use it, and it doesn't transport the fabric onto the scent onto fabrics or whatever you're touching. There's nothing worse than putting something on and then your hands or stink of this fabric. So
do you know what? That's a very valid point, because when I've had babies and you then hand them to grandmothers or adoring, and they come back and they don't smell like you.
I've done that, yes.
And it's that moment, that doesn't smell like my baby anymore. And that can be in strong smells from hand creams, from perfumes, from washing powders.
Yes.
It can be all those things. And we're a household that doesn't use lots of chemicals at all. So I'm very sensitive to that kind of smell. And this is incredibly light. It has such a delicate fragrance. But actually the beauty of it is that everybody loves the fragrance. And when we launched this at Sewing Quarter, I remember everybody going around going, "Who's got SEAMS on?"
Yeah, everybody loves the fragrance.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Now, I know that you want to do a tissue test.
Yes.
What is the tissue test?
The tissue test is if I put the hand cream on.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Put the tissue paper on.
Okay.
And there's no grease. And that was the main thing of the hand cream. You had to be able to use it whilst you were working or during the day.
Yeah.
For anybody, and it had to sink in.
So this is the other thing. As practical it is for us who craft, who sew, who do all of those kinds of things. So we don't want it transferring to our fabrics, to our papers, or to anything like that. But also, if you've got greasy fingers, who has touchscreen phones?
I know, you can't.
It doesn't work. So that was the other reason that I never used to put oil on before I went to bed, because I would then be sat in bed, checking my emails or doing whatever whilst Emily sleeps, and I couldn't have oils on my fingers because then I couldn't work my phone.
You don't want it to get on the sheets either.
No. This, fine. Absolutely. It's the first one I've ever found.
The fragrance is very calming. It's actually got a touch of lavender in there.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So I always forget about that. That's actually my ninth. There's nine natural actives in here.
What's a natural active? What does that mean?
It's a natural, for instance, the shea butter.
Right.
Moisturise. It's got oils in it that do
something good.
That activate in your skin and do something good.
So how many would a high street cream sort of on average have?
Maybe 3, 4.
And between the oil and the hand cream?
17. So if you're going to...
You are a woman who wants everything, and I salute you.
I actually said, I don't care what it costs, just give me the best hand cream. And but I haven't priced it accordingly. I've kept it
Let's
low.
talk about this. You want £22, but actually they last for so long. You need so little, and the ingredients are such high quality. You know, some people, they're constantly having to slather on cream because actually the cream they're using...
It's not doing anything.
It's not doing it, and it's sitting on the surface of the skin. So actually every time they wash their hands, they just wash it off. It hasn't done any good, so they have to then put it back on again.
Oh, well, it was very funny. My hairdresser, and his hands are awful. I mean, he's got plasters on his hands because they're touching all the chemicals the
yes,
whole
of course.
time. So he was using it. He said, Karen, he said, this is like a Rolls Royce of products. He said,
Yeah.
you know, he said to me, you know how you get a Rolls Royce? And I mean, I haven't been inside one, but he said inside you can have like everything, all bells ringing. He said they do it. Does
Oh yeah,
everything.
and it's all handmade leather and this,
All
that,
this,
yeah,
He
hand
said
stitched.
he said to me, I think one day, he says, I'm going to open the tube and it's going to put itself on my hand. The product's going to jump out.
But it is fantastic. I obviously put that oil on my hands a couple of minutes ago. If I wipe it on the tissue paper, there's nothing. There's nothing. There you go, nothing. That's phenomenal, because I didn't skimp on that oil.
No, we put 3 lots on.
Yeah, we did.
With 3 lots in
Yeah.
one go.
Yeah.
And so that's why if you use this, you can then use this after. So what's happening is this is going straight into your skin.
Okay.
This also goes straight into your skin, but what this has got in it is a biomimic lipid complex, which mimics the fatty acids of your skin.
Okay, right.
And it goes straight in, pulling in the moisture and holding the moisture in. So you've got this you can use them both.
That's so clever. That's so clever, because most hand creams, or certainly a lot that I've experienced, the actual size of the molecule is too big to actually penetrate through the dermal layer of the skin. So it can't actually get in, and that's why they sit on top of your skin.
Yeah.
But this, because of that mimic, goes in.
It goes in, and so it's holding in all the goodness from your oil and all the goodness from
those 17.
17, yeah. These are delicious. They sound delicious. The names of the ingredients in here.
I haven't got. Hang on, let's have a look. Am I going to be able to pronounce all of these?
Yeah.
What have we
I know,
got
you
in
need
there?
to look there.
Okay, soften, restore and condition with macadamia, rosehip and rice bran oils.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, rosehip, of course, is fabulous for aging skin, isn't it? Very, very good for that, very nourishing.
Full of fatty acids.
And then nourish and even your skin tone with. And who knew that they were actually useful? But,
Oh, hello.
This is Theo.
Oh,
He also
oh
likes
my
hand
gosh,
cream.
this cat is gorgeous. Look at this face.
Did you hear the door go? That was him just bringing himself
I saw
in.
him walk through.
Oh, did you? Yeah, he likes to join in.
He likes the camera.
Yeah, he's a bit of a show off. Well, when you're that good looking, you know, he likes to then just ablute in the camera. So we've then got moisture and enhance the skin barrier as well. So we're also dealing with the externals as well as the internals.
So it's helping protect.
And that's Echium oil. I've never even heard of Echium oil.
Echium oil. And then
What's
you've
that?
got the Monnia's snow parsley. They're from fruits. And what's beautiful, the pomegranate. I mean, it sounds like you want to eat it all, but the coconut, the special extract from coconut oil, that then just brings it all together and gives you that silky smooth finish.
And the coconut oil has your MTC oils, your monotriglyceride chain acid. That's what it's great for.
Yes.
And so that's also great for your brain. I eat loads of coconut oil because I'm a big fan. Yeah. So, and I used to take my makeup off with it and everything because it was the only thing that didn't flare up my skin. When you have to wear a lot of makeup for TV, it's like, how can I get this? How can I get this off?
Yeah, because it doesn't come off, does it?
No.
You take it off and then you wake up the next morning and
yeah. It's still all over your
bits,
pillows.
and it's the mascara as well.
Yeah. We digress.
Anyway,
But these smell amazing. So lovely smell on that one, and then that complements.
It complements. It's actually got the same fragrance in it.
Right.
So they complement each other.
I'm going in for it. I'm going for some hand cream here because I can.
Can I use some?
Yeah. Should I just have that much?
Yeah, you could even
bit
use
there?
less, but that's fine.
but you know.
And massage it. I put it up the wrists as well because that just keeps the blood flowing warm when you're massaging your wrists.
So that's
keeps
what
the
it
hands
should
supple.
be.
You should actually stop for every hour when you're sewing, when you're crafting. Just do
into there.
Just do into there. In fact, when you do into there and when you do into there, you can feel your hand relax.
Because that relieves tension. You know, that's a pressure point to relieve tension, isn't it? So when I get a migraine, I sit and I just hold in there. You can actually get clips now that just clip into there to release migraine. Since I had Emily, migraines have been a thing, and yeah, so that really helps. So just to massage and pull into there for me is a really nice thing. But you reckon up there?
Your coffee, although I know when you're working, you're thinking of one more row, one more stitch, one more stitch, one more bit, and then before you know it, hours have gone past.
That's just how it works. Okay.
Right.
What do we do with this? There's your piece.
Okay.
Now I've had oil as well. Hang on. Do that again. I'm going to get a different shot. So let me get that there. You get the cat as well.
There's nothing.
It's like the worst handprints,
it's
isn't
not
it?
like, you know, the paint. Yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing. That's amazing. That is amazing. How good is that? All from this beautiful piece of wonderment.
You can feel
it's gone.
A minute. You wait a minute and it's gone. Yeah.
My friend Gina makes silk wrapped buttons.
Wow.
She is incredible. She saw this on my Facebook page and messaged me instantly. I want to stock this in my shop.
Inquiries from shops. It's so lovely. It makes me...
But what I love about you is that you've put the best into this. You've put yourself into this. You know, you've put everything into this and creating this, but you haven't been greedy with it. What should we be charging for ingredients of this calibre?
It could be at least double and a half again. I mean, you know, when you go to some of these brands, I'm not going to say anything because it's not right, but
I know.
You can charge, and I've kept the packaging as well. You know,
it looks phenomenal
I've
as
kept
a gift.
It plain, but it's also, you know, I haven't gone for the most expensive packaging. I've gone, so it's beautiful but not terrible.
Understated, but sophisticated, and that's what the packaging says to me. This is something that I will happily gift to my mum, to my mother-in-law. They both garden. They're not sewers, but they both garden. And in fact, I was looking at one of their hands. I won't say which one. The other day, and I was thinking, better get it to you sooner rather than later. You know, just dry, wintry hands.
Yeah, even in the summer as well, because what you don't realise in the summer is you're hot and the moisture is coming out.
Oh, it's always coming out one way or another. I can't keep it in.
And everybody, whenever I say to anybody, they say, "What do you do?" And I say, "I sell hand cream." They're like, "This
instantly."
I need some. Have you got any in your handbag? Oh, I hope I just haven't hit the mic then.
My hands feel amazing. They smell amazing, but not overpowering, and that's the key for me. I have stopped using so many different washing powders because the smell's too much for me. I'm very sensitive to smell.
Yes, when you suddenly use a new one, you think,
yeah.
So out of all the things you do, what do you think takes the most toll on your hands?
Oh gosh, probably the mud and outdoors.
Yeah, mud is so porous.
Yeah, I would say, because I never have a pair of gloves to hand. So, and also because the electric fencing, which the horses spend their life trashing, but I can't bear it to be twisted. So it has to be a straight. Oh no, if I wasn't crazy, it would be absolutely fine. But I can't have it